Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hey, we're going to keep going on this Stuart engine. Before I bring it up here, I want to let you guys know that, well, you guys picked the gloss hunter green color with pinstripes. Well, you guys see how I didn't get these straight? Yeah, as soon as I put a paintbrush in my hand, I have the stability of a bowl of Jello in a cement mixer. Can't hold a straight line for, well, to save myself. So we do have it painted, but you'll see there's no pinstripes on it yet. I had to repaint this flywheel 3 times because I attempted, and well, I'm not the guy right back here that's able to do it. So we'll get it done, but it probably won't be me that does it. So let me get some of these parts up here. We'll start putting it back together. Well, there you go, guys. We got a bunch of parts up here. Before we well, start putting it together, we are going to be building a steam plant. We're going to be using this little Stuart boiler back here, but we don't know where we're going to lay things out at yet. So what I ended up doing was the base that engine was originally on, went and stripped it down and then refinished it just so we had everything nice and square and true to mount this engine on. Then we will do an air test on it, and then we'll start laying out things. We got to get our boiler cleaned up yet. I'll bring it closer so you guys can see it. And this is just the 500 model boiler. These, according to Stuart, these beam engines run at a slow enough speed that 500 boiler there is sufficient to run it. And I do have a gas burner coming for it, so we won't have to worry about using, denatured alcohol or whatever to fire our boiler. So we'll have a little bit more control over our steam. And well, I'll take this and show you guys the bottom side. I'm sure you've seen them, but these do have superheated steam that comes out. So you guys see the bottom side here. These are a nice little boiler, very well made. I mean, they're pretty much what things are measured against is, a Stuart boiler. So that's what's going to be feeding this guy. So, well, here, I'll show you guys what we've got. We did polish this all up, and yeah, I mean, it looks great. The paint turned out fantastic. It's got a good shine to it, and well, we, whatever we could polish, we did polish. I didn't, polish super bright the gunmetal parts, because we start polishing the brass, it's going to shine more than the gunmetal parts. So we shined this just enough to where it matches. Got everything painted, refinished our cladding, and well, let me get the base up here, and you guys can take a look at it and judge my finishing skills. There, can you guys, how's that? So we've got this painted. It is mounted back to the base. I don't know if you guys can see the shine in it down here, but yeah, it's got several coats and it's been refinished. Everything fits nice. Even up here, you guys see that or not? But we only filled in the inside and we polished the rest of the outside of that, so it gives it a little bit more. I kind of like the way it looks. Same with this. We only painted the inside. We left the outside raw and polished it. And well, I did. Let me show you on this other side. I was able to paint this because it's raised, and you guys picked good color combination. This gold looks beautiful with this color green. So, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Let me start getting this thing put back together, and well, I'll bring you back and show you where we're at, and we'll go from there. How's that sound? All right, guys. We've got our cylinder mounted on here, and we'll watch and see if we still have everything moving together. That looks good. And we know that we bench tested our cylinder before we painted it. We haven't been back inside, so we should be good up here. Let's get our beam put on with our parallel links. I'll get that on, you guys will get to see it. We've got our beam in, our parallel motion, it's hooked up. Our crankshaft back here is loose, but we are going to turn this over to make sure that we do have our full range of motion and nothing binds. So, yeah, it feels, I mean, it's kind of stiff, but we've got no flywheel to help carry it over. And like I said, oh, here's our bearing caps. They're loose yet, so we got to take all that off to get our flywheel, our valve eccentric strap on, and get this hooked up. I need to get after it. Well, guys, we've got it all back together. We have not tried to run this yet. We're not going to try to run it in this video. Wait for the next one. But everything turns very nice. I mean, this is a good feeling engine, guys. I've got no doubts that, well, I know that it'll run, and we may have to adjust our valve timing, but I mean, we've got it. It's back together. It's not that same goofy orange color as it was before. And guys, we get it to run, and we're going to start in on that boiler back there. But before we get going on the boiler, you remember that hot bulb engine that was sitting here, the one with the big flywheel? We're going to tear into that. I found out that those have Viton O-rings for piston rings. I want to change that. I want to do some measurements. There's a couple guys that's asked questions about them. So that'll be, we're going to run this one, make sure it runs good. Then we're going to look at that hot bulb engine. We're going to tear into our boiler. Right. Make this run on steam, but first, I mean, we will have an air test on this next. So, hey guys, thanks for sticking around and watching these. Hopefully you find it exciting. If you do, leave me a comment. If you're not subscribed, click the button, hit the notification bell. I guess it does something, lets you guys know that, hey, he's been out in the shop and, well, we've got another video to watch. So, once again, thanks guys. We'll see you next time.